Great. Welcome. We're doing our first our first Bizverse
Oh my god.
Twitter
Hi,
space.
Mariana.
Woo!
This is Mariana, right?
Yeah, it's me.
Oh my god. I
Hey, what's
can
good, Alfred?
recognize
How are
you.
you?
Hi.
Yeah, I'm gonna see if I can like hop into my other account on my computer. But yeah, no, this is myself. But yeah, Anna, maybe like introduce yourself a little bit, like let everyone know who you are, what you're working on, and yeah, where you come
um,
from.
so, hi everyone. My name is Anna. Some people call me Alpha Anna. Not to confuse with Alpha Alf here, who has recently changed his name to Alpha Angel. But so I work in sales and marketing, and right now I am in the process of turning mana or USD into mana so I can um, present my wearables to the world. Um, so that's kind of the struggle that I'm having here, if anyone can help me with that. But other than that, um, oh, actually, um, yeah, there's some other things I want to talk about, but maybe a little bit later after everyone else has introduced themselves.
Yeah, and yeah, Anna, I got your Discord message, so I got you, girl. I just haven't been able to reply yet.
Thank you again for being here with us, Alfred.
Yeah,
Appreciate you
thank you.
sharing that.
I guess immutable nodes. Want to go next?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I could go next. I'm Immutable Nodes. I can speak on the Matrix Avatar presented by a company called Nifty's, and they're actually still in the process of building out their actual metaverse. So it's kind of up in the air to see what they'll have actually fully in store for us. But they released a 100,000 Avatar project at $50 per, and they had over 300,000 people in the server trying to get the Avatar. So it was probably one of the worst rollouts, just because they really got overwhelmed, and they had way more interest than they ever imagined that they would have. But it's one of the first projects that I kind of bought into, because I'm kind of a noob. I got into Decentraland during the Christmas the Christmas
Yeah, I
yeah.
feel yeah.
So
That's when I came in. Yeah, when everyone's like on break. Like I had like 2 weeks off of work. I'm like, yeah, here's my time to learn about the Central Land. But
yeah.
yeah,
So
sorry. Go ahead.
yeah, nah. But the first time I jumped in, I had fell into Wisher vodka and ran into the gold guy and whatnot. And yeah, ever since then, I just been running around trying to make connections, trying to learn, and trying to see what avenues are underrepresented, or what 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 kind of holes I can fill. As far as like me, I'm trying to onboard my community, like rappers, R&B singers, and really folks that in my neighborhood really don't have any idea what the metaverse is, or what crypto is. So I'm also trying to onboard a bunch of people in that manner. So
Yeah.
so we can just, it's not a lot of, because I'm in Georgia. I'm in Atlanta. So it's not a lot of avenues that aren't really already saturated with a bunch of hip hop and stuff. So I really feel like the fact that there's a big void in this space for
Yeah.
like actual like street rap, gangster rap and stuff like that. I'm trying to help that out.
Yeah, it'd be like really cool to like bring in like various types of like professionals. I mean, like from like the like the music industry to like I'm in finance, accounting, consulting in real life. Like I bringing those people in, bringing in the retail folks, bringing in the banking and um, manufacturing services, just bringing a whole various amount of people into the space to show them like, hey guys, don't feel like you can't do anything in the metaverse in general. So I think that's what I'm kind of excited for with Beavers. It's not just business with finance or whatever. We're talking about like an entire group of working professionals coming into Decentraland or Sandbox or Matrix and finding us a way to, advertise, promote your services and bring value to the metaverse, in essence. So, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Sales and marketing, retail,
Yeah.
banking,
Right.
Yeah, and another thing I was gonna say is the JP Morgan article that got put out
yeah,
about metaverse when they joined with Onyx and whatnot. Their final takeaway at the end of the article was basically telling everyone the opportunity that they would miss by not trying to market in the metaverse and not putting some money in totally outweighs the money that they would have to put in. So basically
exactly.
it's a you'd be a fool to not put some money in the metaverse right now. Is basically JP Morgan's takeaway, because you can't really quantify like the upside to it because it's never been done before. So
Mm-hmm.
I think right now, while everybody's still trying to figure it out and some people still feel a little skeptical about it, I feel like it's the best opportunity. And you can see with the caliber of companies that's coming in, like Philippe Plain that just moved in over there next to Kevin on Earth. Like it's a lot of big name designers and big name companies that's coming in. It's not really like low level companies.
Right.
So it's already big money being thrown around, and it's going to be a lot more in the future.
Right. I agree with that. I agree with that heavily, because I feel like these companies, they need that bridge. They need people who are already doing things in here, because they don't want to spend the time that we've already been spending to actually learn this world, go to those parties, make those connections, do the groundwork. They just kind of want to come in here, lease or buy their land, and then roll out their project. Have their SDKs, have their developers just work out their SDK on their land, code it in, and then roll out their projects. They're not focused too much on the actual connecting issue, like where everyone should be focused. Because I was in Wondermine, and that's a play to earn in one of the metaverse, in one of Decentraland's areas, and someone kept saying in the chat, like, how do I make money fast? How do I make money fast? And my only answer for him was, how fast can you make connections? That'll determine how fast you can make money in Decentraland. And within the metaverse, one thing I'm learning is, once you enter here, you're now global. You never know who you're gonna run into. Like,
Yeah.
if you guys look down in the chat, like Sir Drop Bear, he's listening in with us right now, but he's from Australia, and I'm from USA. So it's like the metaverse is gonna, and we're in the same world right now. Drop Bear's in Decentraland right now with us at Frosty Friends, and Brandon and Gold Guy Mariana. It's like the metaverse brings so many people together that you can literally start a brand overnight. You can start projects overnight. It's not just anyone coming together. Everyone who I've met in the Decentraland, I've seen to have like-minded traits with. Like, we're
Yeah.
all confident. I don't dumb myself down when I talk to these people. I'm actually being elevated when I talk to these people, because there's so much being shared. I feel like I'm actually having my blind spots all uncovered, because like these people bring different perspectives, like Mariana was saying. Like, there's all types of people in here. So we have to be those people that could bring those industries and just translate them into the metaverse, because those industries already exist. Fashion already exists. All these industries already exist, and they can exist in the metaverse, but we're in that white space, that's that early space that they have yet to exist. So it takes people like us to go and help them plant those seeds.
Yeah, exactly. And even bringing in like some learning aspect too. I mean, I feel like over the last few months, I feel like all of us have contributed or learned a few things here and there about whether it's crypto, Web3, navigation through Decentraland, through Sandbox, whatever. Like, I feel like we just have so much we can all share and, you know, translate together as a group of individuals. So, I'm sure there's people that, like in the banking, they've seen some sort of aspect of Decentraland that we haven't seen yet. So, like, we're all just at the end of the day, we're all a community, all learning together. But then also as Bizverse, we're trying to also just help those, companies show and point to, who their who they should be talking to in Decentraland. Like, hey, you're in banking, you're trying to build a bank, go talk to so and so because they've been proficient in that, in that area in Decentraland. So, and this is all going to take time, everyone. Like just building out the community and figuring out who's the go-to contact for all of these clients who will be coming in the next several months. So it's going to be
And
really interesting.
like, I think like Alpha Alves was, sorry, I'm gonna call you Alpha Alves, okay?
That's okay.
But
That's my last name. That's real.
so as you were talking about, like making connection is like a really good thing, and so like the fashion industry already exists and things like that. Like one of my friends actually, they were talking to like a real life like fashion industry person, and they were talking about how creating wearables, like we can make money off of it, and like the funny thing about the people who are actually in that industry, they're like actually really skeptical about making money off of wearables, and
Mm-hmm.
I think it goes to the same thing with like finance and things like that. They're skeptical about crypto, right? Um, so what we're trying to do is like when we make wearables, because you know they're trying to be like business partners with me, and okay, so actually I'll actually tell you this later. Alpha Alves, who I'm working with, but
Mm-hmm.
yeah, like we're trying to get into the fashion world and kind of like bridge it into like the metaverse,
Mm-hmm.
like kind of, and make money. But I know like the wearables, it's kind of like you're not really going to profit a lot off of it now. Um, and I've also talked to some other, like, I've actually talked to Candy Girl too. I know like he's not really uh what's the word? I've been talking to some like people who are known
Yeah, I
to
was
be
gonna say if it
scammers.
helps just speaking in
Yeah.
general, that'll be better. Just because there's people who aren't in the metaverse here, and then there's people who are. So yeah, if we speak in general, that'll help.
Yeah.
That'll yeah, for sure.
Yeah. Like um so yeah, I've been talking to people who are um so for yeah, but he uh, oh my gosh, I'm just like at a loss for words right now,
No,
but
you're good. You're good.
I'm just
You're
tired.
good. But I do hear you. Like we've been talking. Gold Guy and Mariana and I have been hopping in these spaces as well, and like getting those experience from people who are in the fashion world to see their experience. And we actually like kind of headbutted with them too, Alpha. Where like Gold Guy, you can ask Gold Guy. I was like, hey, like, but have any of you guys actually been in the metaverse? Because you guys are talking big game, and you guys are all talking about what we should be knowing, like IP, right? We should be knowing how that if we're going to start building these wearables, we can't just take intellectual property, which is like our actual ideas, bring them to life, and then not expect to get a lawyer or not expect to run these by a lawyer, because we wouldn't want our projects to be infringed on. We wouldn't want our projects to be taken off mid sales because I guess someone else's project has already been trademarked and copyrighted to the logo that we're trying to go after, and we've been using that brand the whole time. So like we don't want to get hit with these type of things that do exist, and we can't act like they don't. We can't be naive to them when we come into the metaverse. That is very true. So we're like learning all of that right now, and that is a very like that is something we should all keep in mind when we're making these wearables. Like we do want it to be original. Like think of yourselves as like a Stan Lee in the metaverse where you're now creating your own Spider-Man. You're creating your own characters. You're creating your own story. So you don't want your story later chapter 7 to get shut down and have to, now you got to create a whole new Marvel. We don't want to have to do that at all. So like we should keep these things in mind when we're out there creating. As much as there's like no low overhead, these wearables can literally be made out of dust with just 100 man ready to publish and a designer ready to work on the project for you. We should we should be actually doing the other groundwork of, okay, so if I'm going to take this thing serious, I should now know that I'm an entrepreneur. The moment I thought of this, like that I want to take down this avenue of being a creator. So now that I want to be a digital creator and I want to surround myself with other digital entrepreneurs, I have to pay attention to who I listen to. And that's what, like, to backpack what Mariana was saying earlier, like, these industries are going to come in here, but they're not going to know who to listen to. So they're going to try and go to who's been in here the longest. Like, that's going to be how they really sort when they come in here looking for who can help them launch as fast as possible. They're going to come in here like, who do I listen to? And if you come in here, you see so many people, you're not going to know who to go after. And I feel like that's why it's good that we keep our community as tight as we do. And we always look for that new talent and the new people to make our team stronger, because we want to be as diverse as possible, to be as flexible and adaptable as possible, because we're gonna need quality teams to be ready to take on these companies. And like, I know there's a CEO in here right now. We have the real Bullseye, and he has an esports company that he's really thinking about getting in the metaverse. But it's just, he needs that bridge, and until that bridge is solid, he's not going to flip the switch, and that's a fair call. You don't want your people just running into something